Hey guys, so I totally messed up this time. Today, like right now, I was just recording the part 2 for the Trying React series. We fixed a lot of stuff in this to-do app. We didn't incorporate any new features, but we sure did fix a lot of stuff and refactor a lot of code. But the thing is, those videos somehow have no voice in them. So they're just me coding, and I was talking to you guys. I was talking to the camera, but none of the voice got recorded. So 40 minutes of recording, all of it wasted. I can't show you guys that because it has no voice. So I'm just gonna show you what all I have done for this part, what all I was planning to put in the video, what all should have been there in the video, and how we did that, and like how did we make the code better, how did we fix those bugs. I'll walk you through that code, so at least you'll learn how we did that stuff, even if you can't see me do that stuff now. Well, that's sad. Remember to check voice. Yeah, I gotta remember this every time. So basically, the first thing I did was all these to dos. Initially, I was using as a key just their text. So I'll show you what. When you're mapping over certain elements in React, you've got to pass them a key. Like this, you've got to pass them a key, right? And wow, this one I still forgot to do. Yeah, so you have to pass them a key. I thought I had changed this from val to id. So what I did was initially a to-do only had two properties. That was val and done. Now in app.js, as you can see, there's this library React UUID. I imported UUID from there, and it's just basically a function that will generate a random ID for you, which will most probably be unique. So when I'm adding a new to-do in the handle submit function, I just add another property to it, that is UUID. So now, whenever there's a deletion of to do or marking a to do as done, what happened before was if two to dos had the same name, then mark then also malfunctioned because it marked one to do as done and removed the other one, and delete to do would have removed all the to dos that had the same value. I'll change this code back to show you the error. And right over here also from id to val. So this is what it was before. We were using the value, the basically the to do text to filter those or delete those or mark those. So now I changed that to using id, but you'll see what's the error over here. To do, to do. So these both are same. Now if I mark one of them as done, that isn't even yeah. So now there is an error. T.val yeah. So now how I structured the code was, so this won't work now because it's giving it two to-dos. It says type error t is undefined because there's no to-do like that. And now if I try deleting it, that still is a huge problem because when I delete it, both of them go away because they have the same name and we're deleting by name. So what rather we can do is, now that we have a unique ID assigned to them, we can just say t.id is not equal to to.id. And now deletion should work properly. When you try two to-dos, when you delete one, the other one doesn't get deleted. So that's working fine now. And over here also, instead of val, which is the text, we're going to use the unique ID. Yeah. And now what we do over here is, first what I had done, I was spreading the to-dos and filtering out the one that we had to mark as done, and then I was adding it at the end. So the issue was when we marked one as done, it would jump to the end, it won't preserve the order. So to preserve the order, what we simply do is, as in React we know that we don't have to mutate or state directly. I create a copy of a to-dos array using the spread operator and assign it as new to-dos, and then in this new to-dos, I find the to-do that we want to change by ID. And then I flip the switch for t dot done basically. If it's true, then we set it to false. If it's false, we set it to true, and we set to do is new to do. All right, that's done. So this was the first major thing that we did, and after that, the thing we did was in the form component. Basically, earlier on, we were using just a div and wrapping the button and the input inside the div, and we didn't even have a label. So basically now we did was we wrapped it around a form and not a div, and we added a on submit handler on the form and removed the on click handler from the button. Now that is because now if you try, this form has an on submit, and this button is inside the form of type submit. So if I hit this button, then also the form gets submitted. So this will get run even if you hit enter or you hit button, it gets submitted. So you don't always have to click the button to submit it. That's the user experience people are expecting, that you hit enter and the form should get submitted. Now that's an improvement. And after that, the next thing was I added a label to this input. So basically if you click this label, it will shift your focus to the input, and that's nice. And now to the code. As a lot of you may know that submitting a form basically sends a post request to that same URL if not specified, uh, with all the form data. So for that, if we're handling submit like this, first of all let me remove this console log. It was when I was debugging stuff. So when we handle submit, we have access to this event variable, which just signifies the event that just got fired. And we do prevent default to prevent the default action, which is submitting a post request and reloading. We don't want the default action to happen. We are handling it ourselves. And basically over here I added that ID property should be added too. So that's all done and set now. So that's basically it for this video, and I'm sure that I won't mess up like this in the other ones, the new ones. So stay tuned for those ones, especially because definitely more videos are coming. I have a lot of features planned that I want to do. Like in the to do, I want to have an edit option that pops up a modal where we can edit the details of the to do, and in the form, I want to add an option for priority and the due date, and basically give the people a filter over here that will allow them to filter either or sort them by either due date or priority, like something like that, some control over that. And obviously we want to integrate local storage into this one too. So those are some of the features that I'm planning, and of course I learned a lot of React trying to implement those features, so that should be quite fun. And I hope you guys keep keep giving me company along this video series. So definitely wait for the new videos because they're going to come out soon. See ya.